Peace and Yah bless. Yah is the strong one. The strong one is Yah. He's the tree of life. He's the fountain of living waters. He's the spirit and creator of all things that live and breathe. On this particular discourse, I'm going to talk a little bit about the book of Esther. Because as you all know, we, the house of David, we are definitely looking for our glam squad, our queens. You know what I mean? So, as many of the Israelite males, are probably doing at this time, trying to find, their different, female consorts, okay? As we get ready to travel back to the Holy Land, like I said in my previous videos, a lot of us, we may have to wait till we get to the land, to find the correct wives, if we can't, find them here in the daughter of Babylon, which they call America today. Now, as we know by the book of Ecclesiastes, written by Solomon, that there's nothing new underneath the sun. All things that were done before are done again. All right? And that's what you have today. Okay? The book of Esther. Right? The book of Esther. Many of the events of this book are actually happening before our eyes. We can see a lot of it clear if you have read this book of Esther. She's also, her Hebrew name was Hadassah. Okay, that was her Hebrew name. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, we're in the second chapter of Hadassah, or what they call the book of Esther, and we see what happened. Because when it opens up in chapter 1, you have this beautiful queen by the name of Vashti. Well, Vashti, she was a queen who thought, she was so good looking, she was so fine. Wasn't nobody finer than her, you know what I mean? She thought so much of herself, she kind of even thought that she was better than the king, okay? That would be King Xerxes, or what they call in this book, King Ahasuerus, okay? The Persian king, all right? So she thought she was so great, that when the king requested for her to come before him, he's having his party, right? He requested Vashti come before him, and she wouldn't come out, because he wanted everybody to see how beautiful she was and see her beauty, and because he, that's why he picked her, for her beauty, right? So she wouldn't come before the king, King Ahasuerus. That's what you read here, when the book of Esther, when it first opens up, that's what you're reading about. She wouldn't come before the king, okay? The king of Persia. Like I told you, his name was Ahasuerus, right? Also known as Xerxes, right? So without telling you guys, the whole book, I want you to read it for yourself, right? And those who already know the events of the book of Esther, right? Okay? Now let's start at verse number 4, okay? And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so. Okay? Because what happened was, is she wouldn't come before the king. And then back in that day, when you didn't, do what the king said do back in that day, man, that meant, some big trouble. Okay? So when she was getting ready to become queen, actually her, what I would call her father, okay, which is Mordecai's father's brother. So that's his uncle, right? After his uncle died and his uncle's wife died, he took Hadassah, or Esther, under his wing, to watch over her and take care of her, make sure she was taken care of. And that's kind of how this story opens up, okay? So I read about it. Verse number 5. Now, for all you wondering about whether or not Mordecai was a Jew or not, well, let's find out if Mordecai was really a Jew, okay? All you got to do is pay attention to the wording. And watch this. Because we told you guys, they implant words in this book, including in the Old Testament, to give people, to make people, misconstrue what's being said or what's going on. Watch. Now, in Shushan, right, the palace, there was a certain, right, it says a certain Jew, right, whose name was Mordecai. Now watch this. The son of Yair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite. Okay, so that was his father. His father was a Benjamite. Mordecai was a Benjamite. So there's no way he could have been a Jew. You know what I'm saying? The actual word that's supposed to be right here is an Israelite. Okay, so it should have read, right? There was a certain man who was an Israelite whose name was Mordecai, who was the son of Yair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite. See, they got that wrong, okay? Because they want to make this look like it's Esau or the people who call themselves the Jews, like it's talking about them. Because he can't be a Jew and be a Benjamite too. He can't be both, okay? He has to be one tribe or the other, right? Because they basically derive the word Jew from the tribe of Judah, saying it's like a contraction of that word, right? Even though the term is not Judah, it's Yahudah, okay? That's the actual way you say it, Yahudah, okay? Yahudah, not Judah, okay? So that knocks that term really all the way out anyway, right? Okay, it's Yah with a Y, Yahudah. There is no J nowhere in the Hebrew. So there's no way to really get this term Jew. I'm not sure where they even get that from. It can only be Yahudah. Okay? There is no such sound in the Hebrew dialect for the letter J. Okay? All right? All right. Now remember, he can't be a Jew and a Benjamite. He can only be an Israelite, right? Which is one of the tribes, okay? The Benjamite, which is the tribe of Israel, right? One of the 12 tribes. So when they said a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, they messed up when they got down here. A Benjamite. Okay? Now I'm going to show you on paper, all right? All right? But before I do that, so this was the key that happened, because Vashti thought she was better than the king, so she wouldn't come before the king. So that's how Queen Esther ended up being in the position that she ended up being in, which actually Yah placed her in that position to help save her people, right? From the edict, you know what I'm saying? That was against the Israelites during the time when we were, in Persia, okay, underneath them, okay? Go read the book of Daniel. Look at that statue. It tell you all about the four kingdoms, okay? So anyway, that's how we came to be in Persia, okay? And you read that down here. All right, go down a little further. You can read about that. How we got carried off, from 606 BCE down to 586 BC by Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. We got carried away. Well, we know the Persians came in and defeated the Babylonians. So that's how we came to be underneath the Persians when all this right here went down. This story of Esther. Okay, all right. Let's read verse 7. And he brought up Hadassah. Remember, her name is Hadassah. That's her Hebrew name, Hadassah, right? That is, right, Esther, right? His uncle's daughter. You see, that's his uncle's daughter. Okay? So after her mother and father had died, he took underneath his wing. Okay? But that's how she came to be in the position that she came to be in, to be chosen to be queen, right? To be queen in Persia. Okay? This is not in Israel, okay? To be queen in Persia, okay? So she was a Benjamite also, all right? All right, now let me show you on paper so you can get a visual of what I'm trying to tell you, okay? So pay attention, okay? So Mordecai's father, okay? This is Mordecai, here's Mordecai's father, right? Well, Mordecai's father's brother is his uncle, obviously, right? So these two are brothers, okay? Mordecai's father and Mordecai's uncle, which is his brother, they are, they're brothers, okay? Anybody can understand this, right? Okay, so once so guess what? Tribe of Benjamin here, tribe of Benjamin here, tribe of Benjamin here, tribe of Benjamin here. They're not Jews. So that's how you know that word Jew is an implant over here in Esther, okay? Because they're Benjamites. And they all have to be of the same tribe, okay? Because remember, here's Mordecai's father, here's Mordecai's uncle, which is naturally Mordecai's father's brother, right? Okay, here's Mordecai, right? Okay. Then here's Hadassah, or what they call Queen Esther, who became queen right here. Okay, which is Mordecai's father, right? Brother's daughter. Okay, Hadassah. Okay. All right. So Mordecai and Hadassah are cousins. I mean, simple math, nothing to it. All right. Of what? The tribe of Benjamin. Okay. The all tribe of Benjamin. Okay. Remember, these two guys are brothers, so they're Benjamites. Mordecai comes from his father, right? Who was a Benjamite. Okay. These two are Benjamite because they're brothers, which makes what? Hadassah a Benjamite. Okay. Not Jews, man. All right. Then it says right here, they're all Benjamites, man. All Benjamites, all of them, all Benjamites. So he can't be a Jew, okay? They just put that term in there to put themselves in the book as these people, okay? And not only implanted here, but implanted several places in the book of remembrance, okay? All right? And a few more books too, okay? That term right there. The term is always an Israelite, okay? All right? So there was a certain Israelite whose name was Mordecai. Then it gives a little bit of his lineage. They were Benjamites, and all of them were Benjamites, okay? From Mordecai's father, okay, to Mordecai's father's brothers, right? Because they're brothers, right? Okay, to Mordecai himself, who was a Benjamite. Also, naturally, his uncle, Mordecai's uncle, which is his father's brother, right? Hadassah is a Benjamite too. All right, all Benjamites. They can't be Jews, man. Okay? They're all Israelites. Okay, that's the key. That's what was probably originally there anyway. Okay, but they want to make this out to be, Esau, the Jews, right? All right. So get some understanding. All you got to do is read and read correctly, and you'll see this for yourself. Very important to know this fact before you read this book, or you're not going to get to understand it. Since we have events that are happening these days that are similar to these events happening, okay? So I understand and know that. It should have been a certain Israelite whose name was Mordecai, right? Okay? Who was what? Of the tribe of Benjamin, or what they call a Benjamite. Okay? They just implanted that there. Okay? Simple as that. That's easy to figure out. All you can do some reading. And since Hadassah is his cousin, that would make Hadassah Mordecai's uncle, okay? Therefore, Mordecai's uncle and his father are brothers, as I showed you right here. See, the two men are brothers, okay? This is his, Mordecai's father. He's son of Benjamite. That's a Benjamite. Boom. There's his cousin, right? Or his uncle. These two are brothers, right? Hadassah's a Benjamite. So is Mordecai. Okay? Simple as that. All right? Very easy to see. Okay? I just want to show you guys that because a lot of people don't know that when they read this book. Okay? All right? Thank you guys for listening. Peace. Y'all bless.